If your Twitter feed is anything like mine, you are going to be seeing tweet after tweet of new handles for a platform called Mastodon. This video is going to cover 5 facts about the newly emerging site Mastodon, even though it's been around since about 2016. It was created due to software developers' dissatisfaction with Twitter. So it feels very apt that everyone is now flocking there. But will the mass exodus work? Has Elon Musk killed Twitter? Does anyone actually understand how Mastodon works? If you're new here, welcome! We talk all things marketing, maximising productivity, and YouTube tips and tricks, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so that I can see your name pop up on my analytics and do a little happy dance that you've joined us here. Are you on Mastodon? Were you even on Twitter? Have you even heard of it? Mastodon, that is, not Twitter. Let me know in the comments section. We're going to be covering 5 key facts that you need to know about Mastodon and whether or not it could actually be the new Twitter. So, what is it? Mastodon is the Linux for Twitter. Has been the most successful explanation of Mastodon that I've actually come across so far. Unfortunately for the alternative platform, it seems most Twitter users are actually finding it both complicated to navigate as well as, well, a bit boring. It's fine if you're happy connecting with like-minded nerds about the same things that you already like, but sometimes it's good to be challenged and to be able to scroll and find new quirky individuals that introduce you to things that you've never even heard of before. Another explanation is that it's like if Twitter was a bunch of Minecraft servers, but they're all connected with portals between them. I'll have to ask my 9-year-old to explain that one to me. Also, it's worth remembering that change is hard. People don't like it. We tend to resist it, but sometimes we get a bit fired up and it seems like that we have to make a stand somehow and change. And it can be quite majorly empowering. But nobody likes spending a lot of time setting up a new profile, working out how to maneuver around a new area, and then it turns out that it doesn't actually do what you actually want it to. So hopefully this video will help you determine whether Mastodon is the answer that you are looking for before you spend your precious time setting up your new profile. Number 1, so what is a Fediverse and what can it do for me? So the first thing to get your head around is that Mastodon is what's known as a federated network, so which is a collection of thousands of social networks run on servers across the world that are linked by the common Mastodon technology on a platform known as the Fediverse, or the Fedi if you're cool like me. So the idea is you can sign up for specific servers which are run by whoever set it up. So these are usually volunteers doing it out of their own pocket or taking donations through a Patreon. They have their own rules and policies to run this particular server. So in particular, who can join, how strictly the conversation will be monitored. So you can even start your own server if you really want to, and you can set the rules yourself. Otherwise, there is actually a list of servers which focus on specific locations or topics of interest, and all servers have to sign up to the Mastodon Covenant, which promises active moderation against racism, sexism, homophobia and transphobia. So it sounds good, right? You can still follow users on a different server with no problem. So you don't have to stay exclusive to a server. And the benefit of it being a volunteer-run system, there are no paid for ads in your feed, but people are finding it a little bit boring to just be in one server with just that one area of interest. So this is a big difference to how Twitter actually works. Number 2, usernames are a bit different. Once you choose a username and set up your account with an image header and profile picture, you can begin. Unlike Twitter, your username will be at username at the server that you signed up to. So for example, you could be at muskelon at AOS Social. Think of it like an email address. So the first part is your chosen identifier. The second part is the organisation that looks after your inbox. So there are apps on iOS and Android which allow you to sign into your Mastodon account. However, finding your old Twitter buddies can be a bit of a chore. If you want to track down on Mastodon all the people that you actually follow on Twitter, unfortunately there's no real easy way to do this yet. You can go back to Twitter and search for Mastodon and see whether or not they've announced their move and they've announced their new username, or there are services like Twitterdon that allow you to sign in with both your Twitter and Mastodon account, and you can scan to look for users that you follow, but it will only be able to find those users who have also used Twitterdon. Once you follow a few people that you found from Twitter, you could go through their lists and find others that you might actually know. Number 3, posting is kind of similar but also has its differences. So for a start, posts are now called toots rather than tweets. But bonus, you have almost twice as many characters, or 500 to be exact, to write a post. So you have more control over who can actually see your posts, where you can actually be discoverable across the whole server, or it could be only those who you mention in the actual post. So you can still use hashtags, which work similar to Twitter for trending topics, and you can share someone else's post with your followers by boosting it, which works the same as retweeting. 4. What about verification? Basically, it's easy and free. So the biggest drama on Twitter is Musk's move for people to pay to be verified, while at the same time not actually verifying they are who they say they are. So Mastodon has a verification system that's available for everyone who has their own website. So if you link to a website you control on your profile, then it can recognise you as the owner of that website, which will give followers some justification in trusting you are who you actually claim you are. So that's something. 5. Could Mastodon be the new Twitter? Well, considering the irony that most people are actually watching the drama unfold and discussing all the details on the Twitter platform, it appears Twitter is far from dead. Although Mastodon gained over 70,000 users after Musk took over Twitter, maybe if it manages to somehow listen to the needs of all its new users, it may well be a force to be bargained with. I'm going to resist placing my bets yet, however, especially considering I thought everyone was absolutely crazy moving from MySpace to Facebook. I mean, on MySpace you could design your own colourful background and have flashing sparkles everywhere. Facebook's just dull and blue. It'll never work. Are there any other solutions? So Twitter's co-founder is beta testing a new app called Blue Sky, but there's no actual launch date yet. The main problem with Mastodon, the decentralized software remains really difficult for many people to actually use. Also, it comes with risks. If the server you join disappears, you could lose everything. Just like if your email provider shut down. A Mastodon server admin also has ultimate control over everything you do, as well as has the ability to completely snoop on your private toots if they want to, or even delete your account for any reason they deem necessary. If you're looking to join, make sure you scrutinise who runs that particular server before you join it. The good ones have rules against hate speech and provide basic necessities like backups, so if one of the admins suddenly disappeared, the server doesn't. The difference between Mastodon and a site like Twitter can feel quite dramatic. Now, Mastodon can feel safer because instances can actually be tightly controlled. People can have discussions without being worried about them accidentally getting broadcast to the world. What do you think? Are you going to join? Let me know in the comments if you are actually moving to Mastodon, or what you think about the whole situation. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!